Jay-Z. The girl, the Jane Doe did a NBC interview. I don't even know why the lawyer let her go on there and just
leave the lawyer to me. Leave the lawyer to me.
Leave the lawyer. But imagine when the Jonathan Major situation was going on, if old girl before the trial got on there and said, "Oh, well, he never hit me. Like, we've never had any physical altercations ever."
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like the whole case is done once you say that. So she gets on there, says what she says, inconsistencies everywhere. And I did a show with Pam earlier during the week when
Shout out to Pam Entertainment TV.
Yeah. And we was just seeing all the holes in it. This was before we knew that the girl lived in Rochester, New York, 5 hours away from fucking New York City.
Blue, not a single thing about this story now that she's actually spoken and I've had a chance to digest it all, makes a single bit of sense. She's 13 years old in 2002. She's 13 years old. Is it 2000? 2000. She's 13 years old in 2000.
Yep.
Right? 13 years old and autistic.
See, she went to the I didn't even know. I just found out about the autistic part the other day.
Yeah, we learned about it in the interview.
Yeah.
She's autistic. She's 13. She went to the VMAs by herself at 13. How did you get the ticket? How did you get there? Who let a 13-year-old into the award show by herself?
These are the things going through your see. When she first came out, she said she never got into the VMA. She didn't have a ticket. Her friend so I'm thinking when she first said what she said, it's New York. Then New York City, she snuck out. Okay, she walked, took the subway. No, her friend drove
5 hours.
What? But this was before we knew. That's what I'm saying. This is when when it first came out. I didn't know nothing. 13, but in my head, I'm like, okay, a 13-year-old in the year 2000. 13-year-old in the year 2000 was not what 13-year-olds are.
No cell phones today,
right? No cell phone.
You can't work at 13, so you probably ain't got no damn money.
No money. And you look 13 because the 13-year-olds now, they do the makeup and all this stuff. 2000, you ain't wearing no makeup.
Yeah, I was about to, that is what I was getting about. A 13-year-old in 2000 looked like a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
Probably closer to like an 11-year-old.
11, 12-year-old,
like,
right.
Just trying to get into an after party?
Yeah.
At 13?
At 13. Who knew? At 13, VMAs, yes. An after party? I didn't know nothing about, nor did I care about an after party.
I don't think there's anything that happens after 8 o'clock that a 13-year-old can get into.
Right.
In the year 2000.
And I'm speaking on me as a 13-year-old. I was kind of, a little faster than most. Look,
you try to do shit, but a show like that with a celebrity
but that's what I'm saying. After party, I couldn't even get into a regular club in my city at 13.
I wouldn't have known where to go.
That's what I'm saying.
There's 13, no way I could have navigated myself to this party at all.
I'm not knowing how to get. So once it came out, what she said, and she said Rochester. I said, wait, Rochester? That's Western New York. What are we talking about? That's like, I'm in Florida. It takes 5 hours to get. I'm in Jacksonville. It takes 5 hours to get to Miami, right?
Okay.
So that's like me sneaking out of the house at 13, going to Miami in the year 2000. How the fuck am I getting to Miami? Yeah, at 13. How am I getting down there? Even if I did, she said her friend drove, who turns out to be 20, who is now dead. Of course, this friend is no longer with us. It's with the ancestors now.
Right. But, the person who actually transported you that would have made all of this make sense. Oh, they're dead. Okay.
20 years old. If I had a 20-year-old friend that's my homeboy who's 20 is not taking me to no damn Miami. For what? If hey, big homie, hey, let's go down to the VMAs down in Miami. He gonna look at me.
That's such a little ass. Down. Before I tell your parents,
can't do what I do down in Miami anyway. Plus, I don't have the fucking money. Yeah, I don't have the money to take your ass to Miami.
I'm gonna look like a whole weirdo. I'm trying to nick on females, and I got a kid on my hip.
Yeah, that's
like,
crazy.
Man, what's wrong with you?
That is wild, man. But so the dad said, I don't remember that shit happened.
Oh, well, let's not skip spots here. So she gets picked up. The limo driver says, "Oh, you just did his type, right?"
Yeah.
Apparently, she gets back to the house and she's conversating with band members, right?
Madden, the Madden brothers,
goes in great detail
Fred
about
Durst.
dude's tattoo to make sure she can identify him and all this other stuff. Their representatives come forward not even 24 hours later and confirm that they didn't even go to the VMA.
They was out in your neck of the woods.
Oh, we're here in Ohio?
They was in the Midwest. They said it was in
I always say somewhere in the Midwest. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'll take it. Which can be verified. I'm sure there's flight records wherever, event that they attended. There was probably recording of some sort.
Yeah.
But again, the fact that she went through painstaking detail to map out his tattoo to make sure she was talking about him kind of eliminates you going back and saying it was somebody else.
Right.
After now, right? Look how bad this is going already. And we're not done.
No,
we're not done. Okay. No. So then everything's cool still. Nothing is awry yet until she's asked to go meet Diddy in a room in another part of the house.
First. Oh, the waitress gives her the drink.
She had a drink.
And I said, they was like, oh, well, of course, I'm like, she's 13. Of course,
she feels 13-year-old knows enough to go get loose at the party. You know what I'm saying? Let me get a little bit more.
Or the waitress hands this 13-year-old a drink. What waitress?
Fam, I could not formulate these thoughts. I couldn't put this together. Even if by some miracle I made it to the VMAs, I wouldn't have had the foresight to be like, oh, let me go where the limos are at. Let me start talking and networking with the limo drivers to see if I can get into a party that I didn't even know happened, because I have a hard time believing that they were advertising the VMA after party at Diddy's house. So how did you even know that was happening?
Right.
But yeah, again, 13 years old, I cannot formulate these thoughts. I cannot formulate this plan. And if even by some miracle it all worked out and I ended up in that man's house, drinking alcohol is the furthest thing from my mind. Right. Furthest thing from my mind. It's celebrities everywhere. It's rappers that I know. I'm going to be acting like a kid.
I'm
going to be acting like a kid.
Fan out. Oh my God. It's such and such. Oh my God.
Not drinking, waiting to get, sequestered by Diddy and go meet him in the room. And none of this adds up, man. She gets to the room. Gets to the room. The insult ensues. Starts with Diddy. She says she struggles. She fights. Diddy.
Hold on. You got to remember what Diddy said, because that was the key part to me. Diddy walks in and says, "Oh, looks like you're ready to party." Like, said what now?
Yo, wait. Okay, so what era of Diddy did that sound like to y'all? Was that Puffy?
Sound like you ready to party?
Was that Sean Combs Diddy? Like, I'd have believed her more if she said he came in like, get money,
his theme song
started. You know what I'm saying? I would have believed that. Oh yeah, you look ready to party. That sounds like what white people say when they're trying to be black.
Yeah,
that sounds like what a white person would say when they're trying to match black vernacular.
Yep. Her story is just nasty. Because from there we go to what she said Jay-Z did. Hey, cut the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, who
cut the shit? Cut the shit. Crap, Karen. Cut it out there, Susan.
Cut the shit and get down here on this meat. Like, what? What do you?
Lord have mercy.
Going on?
Don't forget about the third celebrity in there who shall go unnamed.
They still ain't named her.
You want to know why that's pissing me off? Because originally, in the original complaint to Diddy, there was Diddy who did the assaulting.
Yep.
There was a second male celebrity who went unnamed that was watching. Then there was a third female celebrity that went unnamed.
That was watching. Well, see, and this is why I say Jay-Z wins, because when he amended it and added Jay-Z, he sent it before,
changed the act as well. He went from witnessing and just watching.
Changed the time. He changed a lot of stuff in it. He changed the time of when it happened, because originally she said, or in the original complaint, it said that the limo driver told her to come back at 9:30. Because he was,
the VMAs wasn't over until probably like 10, 11 o'clock.
So he had to change that time. You know what I'm saying? Then, he sent it before this, because this is Jay-Z ends up suing him. Before we get the Second Amendment, Jay-Z countersued already, was saying, "Hey, I'm suing you for not defamation. I forgot what it is, extortion." Because he sent that amended one to him saying, "Hey, I'm adding you to this." What the hell you adding me to this for? Yeah. Nah, bro, I wasn't even there. It was a dude.
I don't understand how that doesn't constitute a shakedown. I send you a petition that leaves you unnamed, but says that you were just present watching, and then I ask you to settle with us for monetary values outside of court. You decline, and then I amend that petition to now you actually participating in the assault. That's extortion, fam. I don't understand. This feels like a shakedown. That doesn't sound like a standard demand letter like everybody else is saying.
No, that wasn't standard.
Yeah. And then there's obviously the point where she says she runs away to a gas station. So they were raping you. They were holding you down, raping you. But you escaped all the way out of the house to a gas
station. Nobody pursued, no nothing.
Hold on. Yeah. Obviously, they just let her go. They were done with her. So it's all cool. You can go. No NDAs, no threats of what'll happen if you tell anybody. You was just out of there. Okay, cool. I don't know anything about Calabasas. I don't know nothing about any neighborhoods that Diddy would stay in. What I can tell you about
this was New York. This was New York.
Okay, so what, the Hamptons or
a lot of people were saying if the house she described would have had to been in Jersey somewhere.
In Jersey somewhere. Okay.
New York, where they were at, where the VMAs was at, around that area, nothing. That's all city.
Yeah, let me ask you good then. If you were running just theoretically out of an affluent neighborhood in Jersey. So you've got one of the biggest mansions, because obviously it's Diddy, right? One of the biggest mansions in Jersey and one of the most expensive suburbs. About approximately, and just give me a rough figure here, mile-wise, would be the closest bodega.
Right. No, that's the same thing I had in my head too.
What is the closest corner store to a house like Diddy's, do you think?
Yeah.
Like 2 miles, if it's favorable. 5 on average, probably.
2 to 5, I would say. Yeah.
No fucking way that the autistic 13-year-old ran all the way out of the Diddy house.
If you can make it there, because ain't no telling if the road is curving and you got this, make a left here, make a right there.
What are we talking about? What is this?
She makes the call.
She makes the call. You're right. Makes the call to her father to come pick her up. After 3 a.m.
Right.
There's no way I'm going to forget that I picked up my daughter in another city at 3 a.m. when she was 13 years old. 13. My autistic daughter. That man, her blood relative, the one who produced the seed to create her, says that he doesn't recall. Do you understand the jeopardy of making a accusation like this and not having your key witness corroborated? How are we sitting here and that man is talking about, I don't even remember this shit.
And so it's 5 hours one way, 5 hours back. That's a 10-hour the whole time I'm driving to get my kid, I'm in my mind, I'm cussing him or her out.
What is she doing? How did we even get here? How did she sneak out?
It's 3 o'clock. It's gonna take me an hour to wake up out of my sleep, if that. You know what I'm saying? To get myself together. I get together. I'm on the road. I'm driving. I'm cussing. Well, what happened? I thought she was with such and such. Well, I ain't calling nobody because I ain't got no damn cell phone. But probably before I leave, I'm calling to say, hey, such and such ain't at your house or whatever the girl told me that she was gonna be at. Damn, she really is. Oh no, they both snuck out. Yeah. Now I gotta go to fucking New York City. I'm from fucking Rochester, man. I ain't never even been to the city. I don't know where you at. You know what I'm saying? This 5-hour drive. She said, oh yeah, we got in the car and he was silent.
Yeah, we didn't speak the whole way. So even if I believe that, because there's no way I just drove 5 hours to another city and I'm not talking to you the whole way back. Oh, I'm gonna talk. Oh, we're gonna talk for sure. We are going to talk a whole lot. But on top of that, you're telling me that there isn't a single person that we can corroborate this story with other than the people you're accusing.
Right.
The attendant at the gas station is not going to be able to be found. That person is long gone. If they still have the records to tell who that individual was.
That's fucking 24 years ago.
Right.
If that gas station is even still there, if it was a guy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was about to say, if the limo driver exists that got her into the car, there's no way that he's going to be a witness for you.
Yeah.
Obviously, the band people, whoever it is, that
they already debunked that and said, I'm on.
Well, I'm saying if it was another set of celebrities, you can't use that now because how specific you were in naming the other folks, right? It's going to look crazy if you try to present somebody else that doesn't meet those features. Right. You'd have even less credibility. So the only folks who can corroborate any bit of this story that you're telling is Jay-Z, Diddy, or the unnamed female celebrity.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. I don't know how we're supposed to go about this. What makes it so bad for me is the type of gaslighting we were getting from other lawyers. Oh no, man, this guy's big time. He's been winning all these big cases. There's no way he would go after a target like this if it was a frivolous ambulance chasing thing.
Yeah.
No. He has some sort of evidence. He has a smoking gun. He's got something in his back pocket. There are more holes in this thing than Swiss cheese.
Mm-hmm.
There are more holes in this story than Swiss cheese, and it's looking like more and more as each day, passing day goes by, because he was all too ready to respond to Jay-Z when he had the lawsuit, when Jay-Z and Roc Nation responded in a personal public statement. He was matching statements time after time after time. Your client goes on NBC News, which makes me feel she probably did it without his permission, because there's no way he would have allowed her to get up there and say what she said. But
no way.
You found out that she gets on a stage or on a TV camera and says that her star witness, the number one person on her side, recounts nothing of the situation. Not to mention
only that.
Go.
The only time that I remember picking her up was locally.
And this would have been a cross-city trip. And not to mention all of the inconsistencies that you've now created in your own petition that's been amended already.
Yep.
You were already sitting in hot water because not only did you change the petition from anonymous to a named, you changed the act. It went from he was watching to he assaulted me. So now you're telling me that you entered into this case originally letting one of the rapists off as long as he paid you.
Yeah.
None of this is adding to the credibility of your client. And this is all supposed to be led by one of the most sharkest, most prolific, winningest lawyers right now, right? Big time lawyer. That's what we was hearing. He wouldn't do this so frivolously. I beg to differ.
He said, I got it from another firm who vetted it. What
is that?
And I'm going to continue to vet more now that so you didn't do no due diligence? Like you didn't do nothing? You just got this case and said, we got us one. Like that shit, he should be just quartered and tarred right on the, you know what I'm saying? Like you get the case, don't vet it, and put it out in the public.
I think he's going to have some trouble wiggling out of this. This doesn't seem like, there's still some stuff. Like, people was doing that with Grace Jabari for the longest. There's still something. There's something that they have. They wouldn't bring this if it was just this cut and dry, if it was only the video, and that thing that we kept waiting on just never came. They just chipped away at things off of the original indictment until they landed on something that could possibly stick. Involuntary was it involuntary assault or something like that?
Talking about
involuntary harassment.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
This is also reminding me of which I think stinks. Some people don't think stink, is the Bo DeMaio situation with Marvel. I think that's a stinky, just smelly, just smells bad over there. Yeah, when it comes to his case that he has with Marvel, but
yeah, I mean. But you also kind of falling into the same idea. Something's gonna come out. Something more is gonna happen. Something more is gonna happen. Yeah. What if it ain't? What if he was just?
That's what I'm saying. Like I just don't think nothing is
and got a little too personal.
Yeah,
Could be.